Hi, I'm Taylor.
And I'm Malia, and this is our SmartFox presentation for our company, Baybridge Learning Systems, out of San Francisco, California. We're a corporate e-learning and sales enablement platform that helps businesses train and help with onboarding for new hires. And it gives the sales teams the tools and contents that they need to be successful. So the typical customer for our company is going to be software companies, especially that are fast growing with fintech and AI, and that are like any company that sells anything or relies largely on sales and is constantly like launching new products and new hires. So our software is to train them for that. And we're based out of San Francisco because it's the epicenter of the U.S. technology industry, and it's home to hundreds of software companies around the U.S.
Okay, so now kind of diving into our different accounts and everything. I'll bring you closer so you can see. Here's all of our accounts that we did. We chose to do 8, and we kind of focused on mainly tech and financial tech firms, like Malia was saying, but we'll just dive right in. So our first company and account it's called Spin, and it's an electric scooter bicycle sharing sort of company. And I kind of found that interesting because they rolled out a technology like platform for their scooters a couple years ago, and it kind of tracked like safety settings on their bikes and repeat customer usage. So we thought it would be kind of cool to sell to them a sales enablement platform so that they can really look at those metrics and kind of use a CRM system to help their reps sell to their customer base too. So they mainly sell to like cities and universities to get fleets of scooters out into their world and stuff, which is kind of fun. So, but yeah, we have our contacts here, mainly for, I feel like all of these accounts when we were doing, some of the contacts seem to kind of be repeat offenders almost, like CTOs, CFOs, sales directors and stuff. But you'll kind of see that pattern here with that. We have a chief operating officer, so kind of overseeing all that the company does, especially in their corporate San Francisco office, and then a chief technology officer. So obviously we want to loop individuals like that into our meetings and stuff. But we'll kind of look and see at the specific opportunity here what it looks like. But yeah, it's good. The sales enablement program that they're currently looking for, it just helps sales territory managers and their directors kind of stay up to date with prospecting and making sure they're contacting the right leads and stuff, if that makes sense. But yeah, so those are our contacts, and then we'll go to the next account, which is Datadog, and that name kind of caught my eye. It was kind of funny, cute name. But yeah, so you can see here, this is a little bit of a larger account, and they primarily work in tech and AI in that space. So as you'll see here, we have a variety of, they're kind of looking for a new hire training platform and a professional development system. So kind of combining what our company sells, which is, sales learning enablement and CRM systems. So they're kind of doing a bundle, if you will. That's what was kind of fun about this project, is that we were assigned a specific industry, but having the opportunity to kind of get creative with it and kind of tailor the products that we sell to the specific companies was really fun. So yeah, this just kind of goes over everything, but this is our opportunity for working with Datadog. They're kind of a cloud monitoring program, so they kind of give companies a detailed overview of what goes on in their software systems. So I feel like we both really became familiar with the tech industry a little bit more doing this project. So yeah, you'll kind of see this would be a new business account. So we've never worked with them before, and we're out of the prospecting stage, moving into the needs analysis phase. You know, all that jazz. Here we have our description of everything and what, the opportunity looks like and the timeline we think that it'll kind of follow under. And yeah.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about one of our key accounts, which is Okta. This is how they're set up in Salesforce. They sell a cloud-based identity and access management software. So like she said earlier, we're really getting a lot of information on software and services from this project, but they help securely manage and use identities for employees and customers. And just kind of going in on that, we have our contacts, which is the Director of Sales and the VP of Field Enablement, and our opportunities as well. Since this is one of our key accounts, we can talk about our activities and like how we kind of got started with them.
Something super exciting about this account is within the opportunities, since it's a key account, we have two different kinds. If you'll click on it here, we're kind of selling to them a CRM, sales enablement tracking system, to kind of help their sales reps, make the best use of their time and everything with their sales endeavors. But this deal actually closed in one, which is super exciting. But something fun that we chose to do for our second opportunity with this would be an add-on. So if you'll go back to the actual account, we'll see the add-on we kind of chose and kind of talked about is a sales gamification add-on program. And we chose to really focus that in on specifically giving that to the sales reps, not necessarily the sales directors and other people like sales managers who may have access to this software system. So with this sales gamification program, it's still kind of under negotiation and under review, but it's fun because it allows the sales process to be treated almost like a game to the sales reps across the country. Because with this particular account, talking to the director of sales, there was issues with reps meeting their quotas and feeling motivated and just kind of feeling like there was a lot out in the world and not a roadmap to do it. So the CRM system will definitely help with that, but the sales gamification program, if they choose to go through with that and everything, it's fun because it makes it like a game almost, and like a sport with leadership roles or leadership boards, and you can see who's close to making it to President's Club and all that kind of fun stuff. So that's just one of our key accounts, but I thought that was super fun.
What I really do want to talk about though for one of our key accounts is our activities. So if I click here, we just started off with an introductory call. We actually got this from a cold call, and it was with Louisa Banks, who is our contact there. And it was just kind of to understand the current pain points around the sales outreach that they have and that they were having with their employees. And then we did a product presentation. And this was a virtual demo highlighting features that streamline rep outreach and then track calls and visualize the pipeline productivity. And then we demonstrated how the CRM system actually works and supports the leadership visibility and the numbers and the proof that it actually improves the rep growth. And then we did I think we did another call. And this was a negotiation call with Louisa to finalize the unit counts and confirm the 12-month contract structure. And then we did a qualification meeting, which spoke with Louisa again about technical requirements needed for the CRM sales tracking, and then we verified her role as technical buyer and gathered insights, like she was saying earlier, how we customized it. So during this meeting, that's whenever we were able to add those customizations and things like that. And then our proposal review meeting is we reviewed the CRM with the customizations, and then we gave them the price, which was going to be $213,000 a year. And that all went well, and we were able to close that deal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So then kind of just going into another account, something that, you know, sometimes deals go through super easily. Sometimes you're in the selling process and things go wrong. People have things to say. We had a situation where one of our accounts, we had to backtrack a situation to kind of revisit some negotiations to make sure the customer really believed that our product they really got their bang for their buck. So I believe it is this one.
I think it's deal.
Oh, I think you're right. So for Deal, we were in the process of selling them a sales and onboarding enablement center. So just to kind of help their new sales reps, they've noticed in the past that their newer sales reps, younger sales reps, just anyone really new to that role, they kind of tend to have a high turnover rate because they weren't as knowledgeable about their given industry and product line. So it was really important to them to kind of set their sales reps up for success, eliminate turnover, and their management expressed to us that it was embarrassing for, you know, to see their sales reps fail and to kind of get a slap on the wrist from management. So you can see here, we had a call with Mark, the sales revenue director, and then that went well, but then we had to re-review needs and the needs analysis. So we kind of jumped from a negotiation review to start talking about things we liked about the project, pricing and everything. Someone got cold feet, so we had to go backwards to needs analysis, but we just kind of have to roll with the punches and you know, really listen to the buyer, understand what they're saying, and kind of where those pain points come from, so that way once you have a good understanding of the pain points, you can really use the information within the product and within, like, say if you have another account going through a similar situation, use that kind of bandwagon approach as well. So we're still in the needs analysis phase again, but I have faith we'll get out of it. But yeah. So yeah, basically activity management and relationship management, we've noticed is a lot of kind of what can drive a sale. When we were doing our SmartFox data and everything, I feel like sometimes a relationship in a sales deal can be converted because of, you know, a personal relationship with them and networking. Maybe you've met with a buyer a few years ago at a conference, you give them their business card, they need something 3 years down the line, they're gonna call you, and it can really kind of make and break a sale and your name in the industry as well. But yeah, so those are our accounts. We will look at reports and everything, going into the status report. We'll scroll down. So looking at our status report and everything, the sum of our forecast value is about $268,000, and then our weighted value is a little over that at $312,000. This is pretty exciting because it does mean that we are converting calls and we are winning some business and such, but you'll kind of see that there's, you know, various prospecting stages, and there's a lot of accounts that are stuck in the negotiation and kind of needs review analysis. So while we're moving past the prospecting stage, it's hard to kind of get past the nitty-gritty of it all and get to the close oftentimes. And yeah, do you have anything to add?
I do not.
Okay. If we take a look at the utilization reports, let me see here. Okay, so now looking at our utilization reports and everything and continuing to kind of dive into the numbers and everything behind it. If we go and look at this as follows. We'll see our kind of different opportunities and such, and what that kind of looks like, the programs, how much we're selling of everything and such. You can see that some accounts, obviously there's no winning there, but there's a little push in some deals more than others, and what that can just kind of look like and stuff. But there's definitely movement in a lot of different sectors that we're working within, and yeah. This is the status report, so it kind of shows everything with that. So we'll go here. Let's see. How do we do that? View report. Again, it just kind of shows us what opportunity stage that our accounts kind of most fell into and stuff. Trying to get out of the, opportunity prospecting stages and whatnot. And then for our SmartFox criteria, when we went through and answered those questions about the accounts and stuff, we did kind of find it easier to answer questions within that, but we kind of hit a plateau once we got further into it, so it was harder to make the sale in the SmartFox criteria system, obviously, too. But yeah, overall, we had a great time doing this project. It was so fun. I'll say, I think we both didn't have a super wide vocabulary about the tech industry and everything in the San Francisco landscape. So that was super cool to get to kind of research real accounts and stuff. And it definitely taught me a lot more about all the sales rep roles and stuff. Somewhere so far away like San Francisco. So that was super cool and super rewarding. And it was nice because they were real businesses. So you look them up on LinkedIn, you connect, you follow, it's fun. And yeah, definitely we had a small snapshot of the tech industry, but centering in on these financial tech companies and these AI software system-based companies. AI is changing every day and growing. So it was a learning curve, kind of
definitely was
through the websites and what they meant with everything. But it was really helpful, eye-opening, and I feel like it gave us both a new perspective on new sales jobs that we really didn't even know existed.
Yes, it really did.
And yeah, but it was a super fun and engaging assignment. And
yeah. And I would like to say that, just to add on, I'm graduating this December, so I'm kind of going through the onboarding and things of going into sales and getting trained for it. So kind of seeing what's happening behind the scenes and what these businesses are investing into all of their employees was very eye-opening and really cool to see how everything unfolds behind the scenes as a business owner. But we really did have a fun time, and we enjoyed this project.
Yes. Well, thank you so much. Thanks.